Hello friend, it's Tonton. In today's video we're gonna talk about the two new experts. The idea of the video, so they're gonna be looking at the new expert, how they fit within the kind of 6 experts we have now, and what you should do, free-to-play, low spenders, even like bigger spenders on these. They come out quite quickly. I was not expecting new experts. Maybe something to get out of the way very quickly. How do you meet new experts? It's always in the Tundra trek. So, I did not keep anything because I just came back from holidays. I was off for 4 days, basically. So, I'm just kind of covering things quickly, but I played on the road. You use these. If you want to meet them faster, you can use gems. Like I stopped using gem on both my main and my farm to buy these daily supplies because they are not really worth the gem. They are very expensive. But when they are new expert and if you want to get ahead, and not waste a few days, I would suggest to buy them for a couple of days, right? So when you meet the new expert here, you will rarely see a mission that will give you point to unlock it. So usually the way it works is you go to Frontier Treks, and that's where you will be able to unlock it, right? So you select the expert you want to unlock. So that's my farm. So I could actually unlock Baldur this morning. So that's day one of the expert being available, right? I could unlock Baldur, which I poured, all I could in terms of sigils and everything I got, and I could get him to 39. I can get him to 40, but I don't get the sigils to progress. And I made Fabian that I can unlock. So these are the two new experts, and we'll talk about them. So you use your regular trek supply to meet them, and you unlock them with the frontier supplies. This is mostly a spender item, but you can get some if you are VIP 8 or 9, I forgot actually, because it's unlocked for me, but that's VIP probably 9, right? I'm VIP 9 on my farm. So if you are VIP 9, you can get some. On my main, my suggestion when it comes to expert at that stage is to buy for low spenders is debatable, right? Maybe sometimes, but for medium spender, the other one is like $20. So it's kind of expensive. This one is only 5 every 2 weeks, so that's 10 a month. And you get some of this frontier supply as well. So that's help you to unlock the expert. So the way it will work for me moving forward, I will keep some of this frontier supply. I will unlock the 2 experts. I'll burn some to get to know, to increase their reputation or their affinity, the way it's called. And then I'll keep 50 of them. The way it worked this morning for me, it took me 20 on my main account to unlock, I forgot the name, Baldur. So it took me 20 treks, frontier treks to unlock it on my main. It took me 19 on my farm. So that's, you need 40 more or less for 2 experts. Let's assume they're gonna roll them out 2 by 2. They have been covering bear, intel mission, things like that. Let's go through them. They have been covering arena, they have been covering rally leaders. So now they are covering, we'll see in a sec, but they're covering some alliance events, so alliance showdown, alliance mobilization, that kind of event, and we'll talk more about that in a sec. And the other one is for Foundry and Tundra Amzing, which is the Foundry tournament. So they've covered that. So they could do one for Tyrants, they could do one for Canyon, they could do one for, other event that did not receive a buff yet. So it will be a Baldur kind of hero, or expert that will buff the other event that are not buffed yet, things like that, like fishing tournament, whatever. So we might see experts growing quite quickly. We are not sure yet. We really don't know. I don't know. I have no insider information about that, but I'm not surprised, in a couple of, 3-4 months, we got up to 8 or 10. In 6 months, let's say, 8 or 10. And then it will probably slow down like pets, right? But they will cover the basic, nearly every aspect of the game. Overall, they give you 3 things, and that's really good. So that's kind of out of the way. So you will want to likely keep some of the frontier treks that you get, frontier supplies, if you want to plan to unlock expert very quickly. Today, on my main, I bought these. So I got 20 from the game for free at reset, plus I got 10 and 10 at the 8, UTC and 16 UTC, plus I bought 20, so I got 60, and I did not unlock the second one. I did not unlock Fabian. I did not meet him. It's not unlocked. I could unlock only one of them on both accounts, so I unlocked Baldur, and we'll talk about him in a sec. And I met Fabian on my farm, and I did not yet on my main. So it will take a few days for the most unlucky of us. So Baldur, As you can see, it's kind of an alliance hero, a renowned diplomat who can provide valuable assistance during alliance events. So the first skill he has, so when you level him up, he's giving attack and defense. The other one is giving attack and defense as well. No lethality, no health, just additive attack and defense plus. So if you're at 1000, you will be at 1004.15%, right? So additive. And this one is reducing the shop alliance cost of items and increasing the triumph chests that are increased. So the way it works, let's look at the alliance. These are the triumph chests, right? So that the daily reward you can claim, and you see you get more with him, with Baldur. So you get more and more alliance. So that's overall alliance token have been increased crazily in the last 6 months. We used to not have many, but now you get them from many events. You get them from Alliance Mobilization, which we have right now. You get them from Alliance Showdown. You get them from this chest. You know, you get them if you're an officer quite a bit, or, you know, R5 or other members, you get extra. Like you get far more than you used to have. So that's one thing it does. So you get more every day. Plus you see the 5% discount is applied and it's stacking with the other ones. So I do not need teleport with him. I do not need any of these. But you know, I could use some research speed up maybe. I bought the pets. I'm not buying the transfers anymore. I got like 50 on my farm, and you know, it takes me 5 to transfer it. So I'll transfer my farm forever if I need to. There's no problem. But you see, it's accumulative. So that can go, if you look at it, if we go back to our friend Baldur, that can go, there are so 11 levels. So it can go up to 15% discount. So you will have some item discount at 85. This is going to be really hard to achieve. So you will be able to go to level 5, 6, 7 as usual. These are, you know, in a month or two at the free-to-play, at the low spender, you should be able to get there with most of the experts. He's not as expensive as Romulus, it feels so far. He's more like a free-to-play hero. So, you know, he's not as expensive as Romulus in terms of either XP or in terms of shards. You know, he costs a bit more because he costs more than Cyril, for example, but he's not that crazy than Romulus. So that's the first skill that you level up every time you increase the acquaintance level. So right now we are acquaintance 3, and we are, you know, I'm on my farm, on my main story, I unlocked casual 2 for him. So I could get some of the skills. So some of the skill he has 4 skills. The first one has 10 levels, and the first one is an exquisite badge to show off outstanding alliance member contribution. So 10%, I mean, it starts for with 2% more points each time you complete an alliance mobilization task. So if you had a task that costs, you know, give you 600 points, you do 6 and 10 if you are like me, right? 660 if you were where I am with the skill level 5, right? So you get, again, you will be able to get to, you know, around here quite easily. So that will be 10 to 14%. That's going to be cheap, and everything else will be, you know, kind of take a lot more time and will be more expensive, like it is for Olger, for example. It's going to take a little while as a free-to-play, and I'll show you where I am on my farm, which is free-to-play for the experts. So that's where you are. That's a really good skill, and you get some extra chests. So that's a kind of a team with this guy. He gives you extra chests. So if I show you very quickly, I cannot show you on all events, but I can show you on some. If you go in the rewards here, you get these chests, right? So right now there are 3 chests you can get, and that the first one, you know, the first one was 20 fire crystal, 20 charms. The other one I don't know yet. The third one I don't know yet. I did not unlock them myself. So, and you know, he's not strong enough to get me there for my Baldur on my farm. On my main I got 2 chests, but you know, did not unlock the second yet. So yeah, that's the first skill, and the first skill going to up to 20% plus 3 chests. So that's extra chest everywhere, you know, extra chest when you gather, extra chest when you do arena with, you know, Agnes with gathering, with Olger. So you get extra rewards just by playing the game. And these chests, you know, they are 20 fire crystal, and that's okay. I don't think they might reset daily. We will see tomorrow. It's actually not sure, but it's a monument tier, so I don't think it's reset daily. 5k a day will be a lot for many people. For us, you know, for people that play actively, it's already quite a bit, to be honest. 5k is a bit of, the last chest was 5k, so I guess it's per event. So it will be motivating for people to do 5k per event. If you don't know how to do 5k on Alliance Mobilization, watch my video. I'll link it in the comments, in the description, sorry. So this one, plus 5% by default when you start level 1 Alliance Championship badges, so that the currency you get at the end of the week. So this one, The badges, you get them on Friday at 12 UTC. So I have until Friday, 12 UTC to start to research and level it up. This one, I focused on it now because I benefit from it today, right? Alliance mobilization started today on my estate. So I'll benefit a lot. That I need to do it before Friday. So you will have, other events that give point. There will be other opportunities. But that will be a good one to do. And you get one plus one item in the Alliance Championship shop. If you look, it's kind of similar to Holger, so you get just more points, right? Up to 50%, which is quite a bit. To be honest, that's really cool because I always thought that Alliance Championship, you don't get enough rewards and you get up to 3 items. So the way it works, again, let's go back very quickly to the shop. So if you look at Alliance Championship, these are the badges. You will get more, up to 50%, and that's the item you can get. So for example, right now, it's an item you cannot buy from here, right? It's an item if you will have to buy, because this one is giving you 1 design plane, 4 polish solution, and 400 alloys. So, one design plane is 500, 400 hardened alloy is 400 points, and that was 4 of these, so that's 400. So that's, if you buy these individually, it will cost you 1,300 of this point. That you get that for 1,000 now. Is it a good buy? I don't think so. I think you should buy Expert Sigil because that will be the bottleneck for free to play a lot. And eventually, if you start to gain too much because of the buff of that, our friend Baldur, you should start to consider books of knowledge if you have too many. That would be my 2 buys. Before you have experts, at the free to play, you can buy Didan plans, maybe pets to really help yourself. But that's another story. That's another guide what to do in the shop. But I have a guide for that. So the third skill is this one is for Crazy Joe. So Crazy Joe, we don't have it this week. Crazy Joe is next week, so there is not too much stress. Just let me double check that before I say something stupid. Because I've been off all weekend. So no, we don't have Crazy Joe this week. So unless you have it, but usually Crazy Joe is coming during SVS and KOI, which is not there yet. So SVS is next week. So you will be able to buff it quite a bit, and the buff is from 5% to get extra points. Point rewards. Which is used to rank. Basically, it's not point you convert in a shop and you buy, so it's gonna give you more points to rank, which your ranking give you better reward. And because they unlock tier 4 chief gear today, we will have better reward on Crazy Joe. We don't know yet if it's a lot more or not that much more, but that's something new for many of the states. And you get 1 chest per 200,000 points, which is quite easy to do. At that stage for us, we do easily 1 million. We do very easily close to, for me with the buff, if I had 50% buff, I'll be above 3 million every time. I'll be 3.5, 4 million every time, more or less, with a 50% buff. So that's going to be 10 chests guaranteed, because that's will take 2 million. So that's another 10 chests. We don't know. What are these chests? What are they made of? What kind of reward you can get at this stage? Because Crazy Joe again will be next week, and we had the expert today. So that's pretty good. You will rank a bit better, but everyone else will. And you will get the chest. So that's just make Crazy Joe a bit more competitive. And last one is about Alliance Showdown. So you get more points when you make points in Alliance Showdown to your alliance. So when you complete Nascent Stones, when you use hero shards, whatever you do, when you gather, but they excluded the Tundra trade route, right? So it's when you accepted. Okay. So it's when you attack a truck or when you have a truck that's returning to your city. So that part is not being buffed, but everything else, spending items basically is improved. And 1 daily milestone reward, so that's go from 5% to 50%, and you get again the same similar. We expect it to be similar to the milestone reward we just seen in Alliance mobilization. So you will have a little box with you have 3 chests, and the more points you do, you complete these and you unlock the chest. So 3 rewards, a bit more points. So if you care to win Alliance Showdown, which we don't in my alliance, because focus on SVS prep, that could help a lot, and that's it. So the way it works for Baldur, because the other one yeah, let's talk about the other one, and then I'll kind of talk about like the 6 expert and maybe your priorities. So the other one, you see, I don't have him unlocked. So how it works when you don't have them unlocked, but you met them, so that's why I'm using my farm today, you can access their skill and all they do, you can access it from here. So if I'm unlocking, I cannot unlock it now, he's select, I will unlock him later. You have some information already, so you know that he's buffing grant all allied troops in Foundry plus 2%, so it's, you know, it's not multiplicative, it's really additive, and that's 2% per level. So the level of that skill is this. So it's a bit, you know, it's giving you the buff here. And that's plus, so that's additive again. So if you had 1000, it's 1004, it's not 1040. So that's how additive stats are working. So as we've just seen, these are additive and they work in Foundry, and they buff attack and defense. And when you level up his affinity, you get extra health and lethality. So like Romulus, so it's a spender. That's a way to know it's a spender hero, and it's probably cost a lot more sigil and a lot more XP. If you want to look at his skill, they are explained here, right? So it's called Fabian, Master of Arms. The first one are kind of free-to-play ones and are actually very, very good. I think, you know, it's worth to get some level on these, like it worth to get some level on the first one for Geronimo for free-to-plays. This one is made Salvager, so it's giving you up to 100% tokens. These have 10 levels, so they are kind of hard to level up usually. They might not be, we don't know the prerequisite of these yet, but that's up to 100 tokens, so you get double the amount of tokens for Arena and Tundra Arms League, which is really, really good. That's one area when I was thinking, you know, like Canyon, you don't always say you don't have enough in these events. You don't get enough tokens for the time spent, so that will help you. You know, you're not gonna be at 100% easily. It's gonna be very, very hard, but you will get easily, or, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60%. That, you know, in a few months from now, you will be able to get there. So that's really, really good. The other one I find really cool as well is you can instantly heal troops, right? Instant recovery up to 1 million of troops. So when you are a big whale and you have so many troops, it does not matter. For me, sometimes, if we fight a lot, I'm kind of missing infantry after half an hour, 45 minutes. So if I can get, again, I'm not going to get to the million very easily, but if I can get 500k, 600k, I have enough marksmen at the stage of the game, I have enough lancers. If you are more like a newer player, you might miss all the troops, so, but you can get, you know, a lot, and that's a lot of healing speed up for free. So you will be able to get these back for free, instantly. So for me, it's mean like I can play, if I'm somewhere here, I can play with the amount of troops I have and where I am. Right now, I can play Foundry for a full hour, no problem. Most of the case. In Tundra Arm Leagues, it used to be in the last 20 minutes. Sometimes I had to send like 30, 70 in defense. So 30 infantry, 70 lancers. Instead of 60, 40, 60 infantry, 40 lancers. And we don't send marksman usually in garrison and in defense. So I was kind of missing a bit. So that's really cool. So these two skills are really the free-to-play ones. They are really nice. This one is improving lethality and health, so they went with the proper wording. We can assume that these are not multiplicative, these are additive. So again, 1000 stats, you get 1030, you don't get 1300. So these are additive. And that's, you know, that's more for the spenders. They are 20 level. That's where it starts to be really, really costly to get, and that's 1.5% per level. And the last one is rally leader cap, you know, rally capacity. So that's really like a for Tundra Arms League. This one won't be as much, because these, if they will be multiplicative, they will be totally insane. It's the same issue with Romulus. Romulus is giving defense and attack and health and lethality, and they're additive. So it's up to 20% on a whale that have 3000 defense and 2000 health or lethality. So that these are so small improvements. They are important, but they are small improvements. So this is not that good for Welsh, but that's in Tundra Arms League, you know, when it's non-stop rallying, you don't do really a lot of solo march. If you have someone that has 150k troop more than you, then, you know, it's going to be really important. So for rally leaders, this is going to be really important. So that's the new guys, Fabian and Baldur. So if you think about, I mean, if you're a big rally leader, you kind of need to do everything. So that's going to cost you quite a bit. I thought, you know, you could stop buying these packs, but I think you should, if you're a spender, like, you know, 1000 plus, 2000 plus, you might want to consider that in your spending, you know, because if they release new new experts. These are a lot more value than any other packs that we have right now. So I'll buy them on the clock if I was in the 1,000 or something like that. You know, for anybody else, I will buy this one. If you're a medium spender, if you spend a few hundreds per month, that's 10 euro, you know, $10, 12 euro per month. That's one thing to buy. If you are free to play like my farm, you know, just do what you can. So quick recap, right? Cyril, when you have a level 50 like here, so I'm not, you know, using any sigils on there, I will just get the natural sigils. You can get the most of Cyril. You can guess most of the skill you get of the value. And yes, you need her a bit higher, you need her 70, so hopefully most of you are here. You get the extra intel mission, you get the reduction of the building, you get the extra stamina, you get the extra mystery badges, which is great for your widgets or, you know, pet chest and all of that. So these you should still have them to that range. 50 is okay for Cyril, 60, 70 is perfect for Agnes. Then you have the choice now. I would still not focus on Romulus as a free-to-play low spender. I would not. The choice is either you go for Holger, and you probably did, and you see like my Holger is. Let's finish him quickly. See how many. Where am I? Yeah, I'm missing. See, he start to need a lot of charms compared to the of sigils compared to the other one. So Holger is great because you will get, you know, extra token in arena plus discounted items. So you will want to get him somewhere here, like I have him at the free-to-play. That will be good. You will put, you know, a few. I'm missing books by the way. Right now, my bottleneck is books partially. So you will want this to be level. You can get them to 9 or 10 easily, but it will take a few more months for me to get there at the free to play on my farm. So you can get them to 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be great. Holger is a great choice, and because the way they've been unlocked, you know, for us, that will make sense. Then I will go. If you don't have Holger at all, then you can consider Baldur. It's really. They are both good as free-to-play. It really depends on your priority. For Baldur, you know, so Baldur, yeah, you will be able to get probably the first one, Alliance Mobilization. That's a. So let's go back. Let's grab that. I will go first for Alliance Championship. By Friday in that case for us, because it just released, because that's where you buy the sigil, and that's where you buy the book that are the bottleneck of your expert. So you will want to have more of these tokens or these badges so you can keep progressing your experts. Then in terms of importance for the other one, Crazy Joe is actually, I think, the worst because it's giving you more points to rank, and the ranking is not that great rewards, and if you are free to play, you're not gonna rank that well anyway. So I think Crazy Joe is not really good. Overall, Alliance Mobilization, that's all okay. That's decent. And Alliance Showdown as well. Overall, I will do Holger before Baldur for most people. That will be my suggestion. If you really love this event and you love to contribute and you are not very good in arena, you know, you could go Baldur. That will not be my recommendation, but that I can see it happening, and that's okay at the end of the day. It's not gonna, you know, hurt you too much. I think arena you're gonna get more rewards. Baldur, like this one, is okay. The other one, you know, it's gonna help you. You will get, you know, all of these to 5 or 6. These are, you get Crazy Joe a bit more than the other events, but Alliance Mobilization, you get it every 4 weeks, and you get just a bit more points to rank with your alliance, which, you know, everyone will get it. So you're not gonna rank overall, you're not gonna rank more, right? If you focused on that skill and you care to get, for example, Alliance Mobilization is okay to get a tiny bit of, let me just refresh. If you look at the ranking, if you're in the best league, that's what you get, right? So if you manage to get in the top 10, most alliance is super easy, but between top 10 and top 1, it's a lot, right? You get 10,000 gems instead of 1.5, you get 25 instead of 10 of these, so that's a lot better. So if you want to rank top 3, 4, and that's a good source for you of gems, tiny bit of speed up, plus particularly the general shard, then that could be one of the focus. So you could pick one of the events that you care to rank, either it's Alliance Showdown, whichever, and focus on that one and do the other one slowly. But yeah, these are not as good as Agnes, for example. Agnes was a lot better in terms of what it gives you than Baldur. So if you start and you have all of these options, I would not do Baldur before Agnes. I would not do Baldur before Cyril, because you do Cyril is buffing bear and you have her every other day. So it's kind of the, for me, it's like Cyril, Agnes, Holger, Baldur for free to play. Then in terms of Romulus and the other one, Romulus, you will just want him to, to level 30, which I cannot really do now because it's like 80, so it's gonna take a while. So you want him to level 20 to 30 as a free to play. You will keep him there because you just want that skill to be higher level. And when you unlock Acquaintance 3, which you will do soon, I guess, eventually, could be a few more months at least, you will be able to level up that skill very high, and there will be a lot of troops every day plus royalty tag to empty your enlistment office. So you're not gonna focus on Romulus. So your order is Cyril or Agnes, then you do Holger, then you do Baldur, then Romulus, you keep him on the side and you do it as you go. And then so the fifth choice, because you do Romulus on the side, then is of course for now with what we have will be Fabian. And Fabian, you will really care about the two main skill, the two first skill. That's just the way it goes. And these, level 5 or 6. I'm assuming Fabian is gonna be as hard as Romulus to level up. So don't aim to get these level 10 skills soon. But 3, 4, 5. A lot more rewards for you. You can buy in the shop, especially if you have a state that goes to Tundra, Arms League, and you can go to a few matches and you get, points regularly from that. Or if you go to the final week, you get quite a bit of this. And, recovery is really important to help your alliance. And these I would not care at all. It's just probably the way often they make that is like to level up this one to level 10, you need a certain amount of skills. Or you need, you have a dependency on the other one. So you will likely need to level up them, on any expert a tiny bit. But that's kind of where we are with the experts. These are not as good as the previous one, I find. They are not as impactful. That will be the order again. You do Cyril or Agnes first, then you do Holger, then you do, Baldur. And then you do Romulus on the side, and you kind of do the other one on the side as well. You're not really focusing on these. And when they get close, like let's say I had 60 out of 80, then maybe I'll burn the next 20 of the general that you can convert, right? So I'm kind of done with Romulus for a while, and that's gonna be slowly improving. But that's where the state of the game with the expert, that will be my recommendation. Overall, that's really cool that they are adding these that quickly. I'm not sure about which generation is getting these two extra experts. People, have been asking in my community, and it's not clear exactly when, but it seems that many people got them. So that's really, really good. Let me know if you have any question in the comments about experts overall, about these two. I have many videos, which I'll try to, I'll link them in the description as well. So you have like, the order, how to do the daily quest, everything is covered. I made many videos on the expert to cover every aspect of it. So that's kind of the updated guide on top of explaining the two new ones, which again, less impactful, but really cool. Let me know if you have any question. Consider joining the Discord, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.